Shout out to everybody doing their thing. Welcome to the Major Hustle TV podcast, to where motivation is nothing more than a secondary word. Motivation is an action, my boy. But on the day, I simply come here to talk to y'all. Let me get right. Really about my experience at the 2023 Invest Fest. My boy. I am inspired. I don't know how many times I can say it, how I can express it, what more I can tell you, but man, it's so much to say. But the first and foremost, to see Steve Harvey won, but grace the stage with Robert Smith. And if you don't know who Robert Smith is, do your Google research. I mean, the richest colored person in this country. I'm talking about dollar for dollar, the richest black man in this country. So we have to applaud him every time we see him, and we got to recognize every time we see him. But the advice and the conversation that them guys had when they was on stage in front of us was, man, mind-blowing, to the point to where, no disrespect to Jeezy, but he performed that night, and bro, I didn't even get to see that. I didn't want to hear anything else past that conversation. I didn't want to hear nothing past the conversation with Robert Smith and Steve Harvey, bro. I didn't want to hear no more motivation. I didn't want to hear nobody else's life story, their journey, or how they got their millions. I didn't care anymore, because I was laser focused, laser locked in as soon as they got off the stage, because I knew what I was going to come home and do. But you know, we'll get more of these videos and more things like this, but bro, I'm really gonna step it up just 10 times as much as I've been doing. Shout out to everybody on my TikTok, DZTM1, anywhere. But I've been getting major feedback on them type of platforms to where people just talking to me, you know, telling me their story, telling me I'm motivating them and all that. And bro, I'm about to step it up even more. I'm about to give it to you even more, man. But like bro, I'm the book guy. I read these things. That's all I do is read these books, and I obtain and gain information all day. Obtain and gain information all day. And this is The Magic of Thinking Big. You know who told me to buy this book? Years ago, Steve Harvey. I've been had this book since last Father's Day, I think. Or it was Valentine's, I don't know. My girl bought it. But to tell you the truth, bro, like, this book and so many more of the books come down to two things to me: responsibility and accountability. Responsibility and accountability. Before you're ever responsible for the things you do, you have to be accountable for those things you do. Like, we get so stuck in a way to where we think that the things that we do aren't affecting other people, or even not affecting us, like weed per se, you know. So many people engage in weed. I get it. I was a weed smoker. I smoked weed for so long. And the greatest thing I could have did in my life was stop smoking weed. You'll never understand what I'm trying to tell you until you take that leap and stop smoking weed. I was the biggest Wiz Khalifa fan you could think of. I was in college with paper plane t-shirts and all that. Like, bro, I was the biggest Wiz Khalifa fan. So, biggest reggae fan, all that. Nothing wrong with weed. Don't get it twisted. But when you're trying to be successful, you're trying to get somewhere you've never been before, the last thing you need to do is alter your mind, alter your thought. Like, you need to stay laser focused, laser locked in. So that's all I did. I gave up the weed, bro, and I've been kind of locked in since then. Like, literally, I get up every day. I go run. I get back. I get the writing ideas down, writing my next steps down, what I'm gonna do in the future, how my future plans for my family, my future plans for my business. Like, everything has been laser locked in. And then after doing that, I go to the Invest Fest. Man, you don't get it. You don't get it. Like, being in an environment where you probably had thousands of millionaires, hundreds of millionaires that are in the double digits. You had 2 for sure billionaires with Diddy and Robert Smith. Like, you had, I don't know how many business owners, thousandaires, like people that have made $100,000. Like, you're in an environment of like-minded people, all that in there. That's it. Like, bro, you cannot be nothing more than inspired once you leave that spot. And that's what I am, though. Like, I'm truly inspired. But to kick back on that before I get off topic, bro, you have to be accountable for everything that you do. And I think that's what turned the key for a lot of us. Like, sometimes we'll get into this funk, like, you know, man, it's somebody else's fault. Oh, I didn't have my daddy growing up, so ooh, it's his fault why I can't be this person. Oh, my mama was abusive, so it's her fault. Or man, the coach really didn't like me, that's why I didn't make the team. Or man, they ain't showing the little homies no love, so that's why we can't get no money out here. Or that manager was a white man, that's why I couldn't move up in the company. Man, I've been in all the situations you can think of. All the situations you could think of. And what I got from each situation is that the people that wanted to move up, moved up. The people that complained about being at the bottom, stayed at the bottom. The people that wanted the money on the streets, got the money on the streets. The people that complained about the people that's on the street, they never got money. They never got money. Never got money. The people that wanted to be big time musicians and all that, they became big time musicians. The people that complained about, man, the DJ don't show us no love, man, the clubs ain't playing my, man, they never became nothing. Like, bro, you gotta be accountable for what you say out of your mouth and accountable for the things that you do. Because the moment you complaining about something that you want, you will never get it. And the moment that you complaining, you probably 9 times out of 10 won't put the actions behind it. If you really want to be successful, you gotta put the actions behind it. It's not just gonna come to you. You're not just gonna get on your knees and pray to God for it and then tomorrow it's gonna happen. No, faith is dead without work, and we know that. So you gotta put the work in with whatever it is you wanna be. I've watched people go from sugar to shit. Sugar to shit. Had it all. Got there and complained about everybody else's journey and what everybody else had going on and lost it all. But I've also watched people come from shit to sugar. They gained it. They got it. I'm talking about people coming from zero and getting it all just off of grind. But that's that accountability. Then the responsibility. I'm accountable for the things that I'm doing. Boom. I didn't put in the work, so I'm not getting the results. That's accountable. Being responsible is saying, okay, now that I understand that I'm not putting in the results, now I gotta put in the results. Now I gotta put in the action. Now I gotta take my life to a whole nother level by doing different things, not being afraid. Courage. You have to have courage. You have to have courage to even be on a camera like this. I'm here to motivate you, and I have to have courage to be here. I gotta know that, man, in a few seconds I might start stuttering something crazy. I can't be scared to get in front of the camera because I might stutter. I can't be afraid to get here because I think my mind might go blank. Bro, I smoked weed for a long time. A very long time. And we all know what weed does to the brain. Killing them brain cells. Killing them. But I can't be afraid to get in front of you and give you a message and give you this motivation without understanding that some of that stuff might happen. And the fact that you got to accept me for who I am because I'm giving you what I got. I think it's everybody's mission to give the world what they have. When God blessed you with that gift, it was just a gift so you can give the world what he blessed you with. If you got vocals, God gave you that so you can bless the world with it. If you got a mathematical mindset, God gave you that so you can bless the world with it. If you can feel spirits, if you can run fast, if you can jump high, if you can throw the ball extremely hard, if you can do some of the best makeup, some of the best hair, like God gave you that incentive so you can bless the world with it. Do it. Continue to bless the world. Take the responsibility that God gave you and continue to bless the world. Man, some of y'all are some of the most beautiful creatures on earth, but your attitude is just downright ugly. Your attitude downright ugly. Your mindset downright ugly. The people you hang around, they are downright ugly. Not their facial features. Some of their facial features. But not their facial features. But just their attitude, their mindset, where they trying to go in life. It's just downright ugly. And you think like, man, I don't never have the good end of the stick. That's why, bro. That's why. You're always hanging around people that are negative. You're always hanging around people that all they talk about is, man, we finna go slide on the ops. Man, look, I'm watching these niggas go, I'm watching these boys go slide on the ops and the ops at work. The ops at work. How you gonna go slide on a man that's working? You feel good about that, dog? You feel good? Man, you look terrible. You look horrible. And you're a representation of what your mama birthed into this world. You gonna continue to be that way? It's not just you. When you go out here and, oh, I wanna slide on the ops, oh, I wanna tote guns, all this, that's cool. And you gotta protect yourself in whatever environment you in, but you are a representation of who birthed you. You are a representation of who raised you. No matter what these rappers try to tell you. Bro, if your grandmama raised you and you out here acting like that, you a representation of your grandma. Your mama raised you, your daddy raised you, whoever. You are a representation of them. So however the world perceives you, you are a direct representation of them. So I think that's what changed my mind early on. Like my mama used to always tell me, like, when you go to that school and act up, you're a representation of me. You're a representation of your last name. You have to take pride in your last name. You have to take pride in who you are. When you walk around, you're a representation of what you got going on at home. You got to take pride in that. So I've always been stand up. Stand up. Chin up, chest out. Anywhere it go. If it go down, it go down. I ain't tripping because I'm a representation of where I'm from. Who raised me and my last name. And I think we all have to embody that mindset, men and women. Because women that get out here and, bro, they'll get out here and act just as crazy too. And, blame it on moms too. Blame it on dad too. And it's like, no, baby. Like, you're a representation wherever you come from. Even though you learned this on the way out, you're still a representation of wherever you come from. Just like your kids. When your kids go to school, and you think it's funny that the teacher keep calling and the principal keep calling and you making jokes all on social media, I think they laughing at the post, but me deep down on the inside, I think they really laughing at you. Like I think they really, that ha-ha that they putting on that post is really at you, because that's that child is a representation of what they come from. If that child disrespectful, they come from disrespect. If that child don't know how to sit down and act, that's what happens at home. That's where they come from. That's what they used to. They used to talking back to an adult because that's what they do at home. Don't let these people trick you out of thinking like, oh, they're gonna take you to jail if you punish your kids, and oh, I don't think you should treat your kids how you were raised. How are you gonna be out here successful? You a nurse, you a doctor, you a lawyer, all this, and your mama done beat the hell out of you. But when you get kids, you don't want to do what your mama them did to you because you don't want them to feel the way you felt. Man, fuck what you felt. We don't give a damn what you felt. What results did you get from what you felt? What results did you get? You got a hustler's mindset because of your mama, because of your dad, because whoever raised you, they instilled this in you. You got a disciplined mindset because they instilled this in you. But you want to go back on it and say, look, I just don't want this for my kids. I don't know why not. I don't know why not. Because if you do the psychology on all the kids that were disrespectful and rude at school, and then go back to their moms and go back to where they come from, you will see how disrespectful they are to their parents. You'll see how disrespectful they were growing up. I don't know no kids from the hood, none, that were bad, disrespectful, and all that got their ass whooped. Mama gave a fuck. None of that. No, I don't know any kids like that. But the kids I know that mama wasn't playing, mama beat their ass. I'm talking about mama come up to the school and beat their ass. Like, bro, every kid I know like that grew up to be something. That don't mean they gotta be the richest in the city, but they maintain it. They got jobs, they taking care of families, they get married, they got kids, they got houses, homes, they start farms, they transforming into something better and not being stuck in the hood. I know so many people that grew up with me and they mama didn't whoop them, and 6 out of 10 of them people locked up right now. Or 25% of them dead. So what are you thinking? What you think gonna happen to your kids? Like, bro, you gotta instill discipline in your kids, and it don't have to be by way of whooping. It don't have to be by way of getting their ass whooped, but it definitely can be discipline. Time out is a motherfucker, especially to the kids nowadays that are suffering from this ADHD shit. And you make a kid stand in a fucking corner for 30 minutes. You think they gonna wanna go there again? You think they gonna wanna be there again, man? No, man. But you have to understand that it's up to you. It's your responsibility to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of wrap this up because, this is my first one in, but I promise you, bro, man, me and you gonna lock in. Me and you. The one that made it this far in this video, me and you gonna lock in, because you gonna understand that, bro, it takes more than just one person to motivate you and get you off your, you know what I'm saying? You can read the Bible all you want. Faith without works is dead. It's dead. It's dead. Auntie can tell you to go pray, it's gonna be all right. It's dead. It's dead, bro. Even if you out here, you get sick or something, and you like, oh man, I just need to pray to God. Pray. Pray. I'm talking about pray loud, worship, scream, shout, holler, do all that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to put in some type of work. You're going to have to figure out what you're putting in your body to heal yourself. You're going to have to stop taking some of the medicine, stop drinking, stop smoking. Like, you got to do a lot of work to make it happen. Like, bro, we have to put in the work. And, that's all I wanted to give you today. Accountability, responsibility. Be accountable for the things you do. Take responsibility for the actions that you give out. And man, look, I'm DZTM1 anywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, DZTM1. Major Hustle TV, baby. Let's go.